What's up, YouTube? I'm going to review Original Penguin. I just smelled it today. And overall, this fragrance is a fresh fragrance. Like, it has an apple opening, really. And then it has some lavender that starts to come out and starts to sweeten up. And then it basically becomes a sweet, fresh kind of smell. Like a lot of other fragrances, pretty much. It's not very unique. So overall, right there, you probably are going to think that it's not a good fragrance. But no, it's actually really good because it may follow a trend, but they actually use really good ingredients in this fragrance. And as you dry down, I mean, they don't have that much wood. It's basically just pine and patchouli. And the patchouli in this is not like a really strong patchouli. I mean, patchouli and sandalwood can really be very sensual woods. You know, agar wood can have a definite spicy smell to it, and guyok wood can have kind of a different smell too, like kind of a tar-like aroma. And this one, honestly, has a very fresh kind of smell to it. The wood gives it a little bit of heaviness, but I don't sense that it's like a rainforest or anything like that. And we have basically aromatic ingredients. I mean, like, there's a little bit of pepper for one thing, so if you don't like pepper, you might not want this, but there's very little of it. And there is lavender and neroli, and those kind of make it fresher. And overall, I mean, honestly, it's like less than 10 notes in the whole fragrance, but it actually does quite well. And for the price range, I mean, this Penguin is a pricey brand for one thing, with a lot of their clothes and stuff, but that's a good thing for this fragrance because it is definitely a higher quality product compared to a lot of the other stuff on the lists. You know, and a lot of the other fragrances, this stuff has better lasting power for a fresh fragrance. And, you know, Fragrantica, I've noticed a lot of the reviews are positive, but these are mostly male reviews. Especially older people seem to like it. And one thing about it, honestly, is this does have vanilla and sweetness in the dry down. So to some people, that may be cloying. So that's just one thing about it. But I overall happen to like the fragrance. I didn't think it was like the most unique thing. I thought it's pretty good. And they did quite a good job. Like, you can get a fragrance that's very unique smelling, but it may not have the quality ingredients that would work well together. And so it just smells different. And basically, Original Penguin's probably good for an older person or younger, anybody really. It's a very versatile fragrance, but it is heavy, so it's probably one of those things you only want to put 1 to 2 sprays max. And another one I'm going to review is Individuel by Mont Blanc. Now, this is definitely kind of a gourmand fragrance. It definitely does have some candied sweetness in the dry down. I did detect some vanilla and some chocolate, and it had some good woods, like the vetiver and the patchouli and the oak moss really worked well in this one fragrance. And pretty much, you know, it opens up fruity. I barely really detected much of the fruit, but then, you know, the florals started to kick in, and then the base just sweetened up, and it was almost like a candy smell. I mean, it is in the scent category. You know, you'd probably put Le Mallet and Joe Balm in because of the warm, sweet candy smell, you know, with the vanilla. But this one is different. I mean, this does not smell like Jupe. It definitely kind of takes a different path from Joe Balm. And I definitely get a good vanilla that's, you know, not powdery like Joe Balm is. This doesn't have the same tonka bean like that one does. It has more of a refined smell, and it's not nearly as animalic. Like Joe Balm and a lot of these other fragrances that are gourmands tend to be very animalic, and it's kind of a musky vanilla. This one is more of a refined vanilla, and you have some basically like some raspberry in the dry down and some dark chocolate, so it has a deeper gourmand feel. It doesn't have like that youthful Le Mallet, Joe Balm, playful side to it. This is more of a formal kind of smell. And it definitely does have a different type of sweetness. Like, it's a deeper sweetness from a lot of different ingredients. And there's lots of spices in this, so it's a very complex scent. And you'd have to smell it a few times to really get an idea, because it's going to smell different each time. Something else is going to jump out at you. But, you know, nonetheless, I really do think this is a great fragrance. I just don't see any point in owning it because basically, I've Joe Bomb and La Vita Olympica and Le Male and so many scents in the same category with the same ingredients, and it's mostly a nighttime thing. It's very elegant and kind of a formal scent. And I think an older person's probably more likely to appreciate this. I think a younger person probably wouldn't really find this interesting. So basically, that's my opinion. But it's a good smell.